imagine having an automation that takes hundreds, if not thousands of images, categorizes them for you. That way you have them schedule ready for social posts, blog posts, newsletters, whatever you need. I'm about to show you this amazing automation that you can also have in your business toolkit. Just hit me up for a demo and we'll do the custom build. And so let's see how this thing works. So I start off with storing all of my files on OneDrive. That's just what I have on my computer. So we're going to pull all the images. So there are 49 images here, or this folder named Olive. And it's very hard to find the Microsoft ID for these images. So where I started is you're going to search the folder first. So I'm going to just change the query to Olive, and that's going to find everything for us. But what you can do if you wanted to just have it run all the way through, all you would need to do is just hit execute workflow and it'll just go all the way through. And it's very hands off, and you're going to end up with an output like this. So a very full spreadsheet of information that you can use for all your posting and marketing needs. It's so exciting. Okay, let me show you how it works. So I put in Olive and I'm just going to let it run one by one so you can see how it works step by step. So this is just the manual trigger. I'm going to hit the play button here and that's going to allow it to run. So now it's found the folder ID, and this next node, it is going to look within this folder ID and find all of the image files. So great, we have that, very quick and easy. Next, we're going to ask N8N to download these files so then we can run it through Gemini to be analyzed. The file amount I've been working with is between 40 to 50. I bought 1,500 stock images on Etsy, and I'll drop a link in the show notes if you want to get a copy of those stock photos as well. I'm an affiliate, so it's a win-win for all. Really great content. It's very evergreen. Okay, we've got the files downloaded. So next it's going to go through Gemini and it's going to analyze the images. And while it's doing that, I'm going to show you what the prompt looks like. So it's very specific, and I also use the flashlight model because it's lower cost on the AI credits. This is essentially doing everything I need it to do, which is just analyzing the image, describing what's in it, coming up with the rules, and for the people detection, I like to know if people are in it because I'm going to use people more so in a blog, and on a social post it might be more generic or carousel style, and I don't want people in it because that could be distracting. Or if there are people in it, I kind of need to know how much of the person is in it because that can make all the difference when I'm creating content. So it's got the descriptive guidance, and then it has all of the column names that we're going to use in the Google Sheet. Okay, so now we have our images. Next, it's going to go through a code node just to process what came through, but also get it ready for the Google Sheet. And if you have me custom build this for you, you don't have to worry about any of this stuff. So as you can see with the coding, it's just parsing through what came through the Gemini analysis. And it is getting all these fields ready for the 49 items. Okay, so that's gone through now, and what's great is you can see all the information I got from Gemini, and this is going to be so helpful whenever it's going out on my social posts and I'm trying to pull from the directory. So we're going to read the sheet to see how many files are already on there, which I've already got 100. So it's actually going to be pulling a lot of data back, probably in the thousands, right? Like, because it's looking through all of the columns here, which is quite nuts to think through of how you could manually do this on your own. Like, there's just no way. Okay, so you can see it was like 36,000 items. Crazy. And as it moves through, we're then changing just the file name to get it ready for the Google Sheet, and it'll know that it should start off with like number 100, for example. And whenever you do this append Google Sheet row, it will go in automatically at the first blank row. And so one thing I learned is as I was setting up this Google Sheet, I had this drop down column here the whole time. And you know what? I want to freeze this column or row. Okay, so we're going to freeze that row. So anyway, as you go down, you can continue to see the headers. But so I had this going on and on and on until row 300. And when I was going to append row, I'm like, What happened? But it was because it was detecting this in my append row node. So I just completely removed this row and it's going to stay as is. All right, so N8N is crashing out after I do so many images. I created an extra sheet where it's just going to read the last row that was used, and I'm going to have it auto update as it goes through the workflow. So now it's just going to see the one item come through. So got that working now, and it knows that the last row used was row 100. Then it's going to go through this code node and get the new file name, so then it can go in sequential order and start off at 100. Okay, so let's run that now. And I imagine I'm going to have to change the code node again, but we shall see. Row index 2. Okay, yep, I'm going to have to adjust the code. Okay, and I'm changing the code because it's not returning the updated file name. Now, the output we've got. And what's nice is that ChatGPT gives you everything. So I just hit the copy code, but you kind of need to understand what's happening, because with ChatGPT, it's very easy to just like drop off content or concepts, and it's like, what are you doing? Okay, now we're good. Yep, so it knows it's going to start on row 101, and the file name is going to have 100 in it. So fabulous. Okay, that is good. Now we're going to send that to our Google Sheet, and then the next node you're going to see is the merge node, and that is happening because it needs to pull the actual image from this download file from the OneDrive and the file names all into one, because we're renaming those image files for real before it goes into my long-term storage in S3. First, let me show you how it shakes out on the Google Sheet. Good. All right, so then that's what that looks like. I'm just going to hit the play button on here, so the merge node happens, gets to rename the files, and then you can see the next file to go up is renamed 100, so it matches exactly. Then this is going to get uploaded to S3, and what I love about S3 is that it's great for long-term storage. It's very cheap. It's not the easiest to set up, I will say that, and that's why having a developer, someone who knows what they're doing, can make it a lot easier for you. So in my bucket, you can see that I have all of these files, and they are going to slowly come through as we're running these new ones. Yeah, so we're already starting off at 100, 101, it's at 107 right now, and you can see it's still running. And then once that is finished, we're going to get those unique URLs for the photos. And what's interesting is that with S3, you can set the URLs for the images as public, so then you can retrieve them, or if you want to keep it on lockdown and private, there is a way to set up a pre-signed URL, which is extremely tricky as well, but I've managed to do it. But for my purposes, I don't think anyone is going to guess what the stock image URL is, and I'm not really that concerned about a stock image anyway, because I can just go back to that content creator and re-download my purchase. So, you know, not a huge deal there. And once we have that S3 URL, it's going to get added to the Google Sheet, and that will happen right here in this column. And again, what's great about that is when I'm ready to use a blog post or social post, when you're pulling in all the data, your poster mechanism, all it needs is the URL for the image. And again, with S3, you can store it there long term, very low cost, and you're saving your computer a ton of memory. Because let's say you try to store it, but then later delete it. If your blog post goes out after you have deleted that URL, it's going to break the image. Okay, so they are in there, and you can see, I'm going to cover it up just in case someone did want to steal the stock images. I don't know. You really need to purchase them, and you can get a great discount with my affiliate link in the show notes. But the location is there, and you just drag and drop. So now we have all of that information, and this is going to get added. Oh, I need to update this. Okay. It's going to get added to sheet 1. So you hit execute, and then it's added to your sheet. Boom. Isn't that amazing? Okay. And that is how I create a huge stock image directory from N8N. Come back to the channel to see how I build the actual blog post workflow that can write and create amazing blogs on autopilot. Welcome back. I'm going to show you a straight full run through of this N8N workflow that auto categorizes all of my images, and we're just going to do it in one simple run. So I changed the query to the folder name, which is beige, and I'm just going to hit execute workflow and watch it do its thing. Okay, we're going to watch it do its thing. Whenever you are using Microsoft OneDrive, you cannot have subfolders underneath any of the folders. Like, it needs to be the last folder on the line. There we go. It's going to take a few minutes to download the files, run them through the AI analysis. But what's beautiful is that it all comes out in the end to look a lot like this, which is fantastic. And I didn't have to do anything by hand, and I've got 1,500 images to go through. Okay, here we go. And now it has ran through the entire workflow completely. It's so exciting. Okay, and let me show you what that looks like. So now on my Google Sheet, I'm almost at 200. It's great. Awesome. And then on the last sheet, yep, it knows that it stopped at row 196. It's beautiful. Hit me up if you want one just like this. Stay blessed by the best. Bye.